Hello, Facebook world and YouTube world. We are live on Facebook and YouTube right now. So we're just going to wait a little bit while Facebook kind of like throws it up into the news feed, and then we'll get started. We'll just wait for a few people to come on. Don't want to jump straight into it, and then we're missing some people. So what I'm going to start off with is just to go over the basics here. We're going live using StreamYard. So in the comments section, there is a link, okay? StreamYard.com/Facebook. If you'd like to ask questions or comment, please just pop over to that link, click on that, and give permission for StreamYard to be able to see your profile pic and your comment, and then I'll be able to see it and be able to ask your questions if you have any, okay? If you have done that before in another live, you do not have to give permission again, okay? So I am very privileged to have Subin here with us today, well, this evening over there in Canada. He's from Canada, yes. Toronto, Canada. So thank you for your time, Subin. It is 12 p.m. here in New Zealand, and it is 8 p.m. over there?
Yes, it's 8 p.m. over here. And hello, Carla. Good morning.
Thank you for your time to take time out to just share a bit about your journey so far. So you've joined us for the 7th of September intake, haven't you?
Yes.
And you are doing the Business Intelligence Data Analyst Job Ready Programme?
Yes.
That's right. Awesome. So you're week 3 now. You've done week 3. So just share
today,
a bit about
I think today we completed the week 3rd, like Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Yeah. Usually I have classes on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Yeah.
Yes. And you're a bit different, aren't you? Because of the time differences. Just share a bit about your background to start off with. What background did you come from employment-wise, and why have you decided to then kind of like come in and join the BI data analyst program?
Yeah, I'm not from an IT background. Currently, I'm working as a inventory controller, as an inventory analyst.
Right.
For a metal distribution company over here, and I am not into any IT backgrounds unless I studied some in my school days. Some programming languages in my school days, that's all. And currently I'm working with a procurement manager and helping her, in buying material from other countries.
Right. And how did you come across the program, and why the change? Why the change or the add-on to your position? Is it an add-on to your position to help the company, or is it just a career change?
I will say it's kind of add-on because I'm working with inventory data. I'm not working with other data, like I'm not working with databases. I'm just working with an ERP system. So I want to work with databases, and over here the job market is really good for data analysts, and so that's why I'm very much interested in the data analyst to analyze big data.
Yes. Yeah. Well, that obviously is how your mind ticks, eh?
Oh yes.
And it's good, because if that's a passion of yours, why not run after it with your whole heart? Yes. So tell us, Subin, you're 3 weeks in to the Job Ready program. You've got 3 more weeks to go. Yeah. And you're doing it a bit different. You just share with what you're doing now, so that everyone that is watching understands. It's a 6-week Job Ready program. They are live remote sessions via Zoom, where you jump on with all the participants and your tutor/mentor, and they go through the sessions online. It is recorded as well, so you get the opportunity to rewatch the recording, and that's all in your web portal. So just share, Subin, how you're doing it because of time differences.
So 3 weeks, it went pretty well, and the only problem is with the time difference. I have to wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning to have a live session. So I usually watch the recordings, and the recordings are downloadable, so we can download the recordings and we can hear the instructors how the classes went. Yeah, so it went pretty well. And what we studied till now, I don't have any background in SQL Server. I don't have any knowledge. I just heard about SQL Server. I really don't know what it is, and I really don't know what kind of course that I'm going to face. But it went pretty well, and I learned Power BI. The very difficult part is to install everything, but the Frank, the tutor, he was very much helping us in installing it first. Yes.
Great. So you've gone through the Power BI side of things, you said. Is there anything else that you've touched on over those 3 weeks? And tell us how also, if you've come up against things that you had questions that you needed answering, how have you got those answers? How have you communicated?
Yeah, I have Slack installed, and everyone is using Slack. So through Slack, we are communicating with my colleagues and also with the tutor. And and there is also a question hub with MVP Studio. So if we have any questions, so we can post the questions in Question Hub, and we will be getting answers through that. And also, I'm doing all of the research through online. Usually, I Google everything. And
that's good, because that's what you're going to be doing. You're never going to know everything, and it sets you up to be a solution-based person. So when you come against something, you don't know how something works, you're going to look for it. And where do you go? You Google
it,
and you look for that solution. So that's already training your mind to be able to do that, even when you get into that position.
Yeah, not only Google. If you are going to YouTube, you can see too many videos related to what we're studying. But for the basics, we need to know something to search, right? So I think Frank helped a lot in that, through industry kind of training.
Yeah, wonderful. So share a little bit more about how are you feeling? How are you feeling, and what obstacles, if any, have you come up against, if any, during these last 3 weeks? As you've started the program, how are you finding doing everything like that?
Yeah, usually I practice every day in the evening. I usually listen to classes, and I'll practice it. If I have questions, I will ask through Slack or Question Hub. And the difficult that I faced is to install everything, to install the SQL and Power BI. It's a very big process. But I really get help from Industry Connect. There's also a setup guide, and the Industry Connect posted, and also Frank helped me. The tutor helped us to connect. And the SQL, the coding, everything, we need a lot of practice. So we have to practice every day, not just one day. And
you do, it's the same with everything. It's like when you learn something, it's in the application, the practice of that knowledge is when it'll become like, I call this just like breathing, but it's only through doing it repetitively and practice that it'll become second nature.
Yeah, I'm getting lots of exercises from Frank, from the tutor, and I'm practicing that, and also practicing, through online resources. So, I have to be thorough with everything before entering into the internship. So,
exactly, and that's at 6 weeks. You're going to go into the internship. So, Subin, are you feeling confident?
I'm feeling very confident, and I'm very, very confident that I will be very much okay while I'm entering into the internship. And after that internship, I'm very optimistic that I'll get a job in this, because the training is like that.
Exactly. So we're getting you set up with the right tools that are needed and technologies that are in demand in the software market, and then you're going to apply that into a commercial scale project when you go into your internship with MVP Studio, who's the global software company. So that's how it all sets up. So it's kind of like building like this.
Yes. Personally, from a non-IT background, I feel, very much happy and confident about, the training that Industry Connect is giving.
Wonderful.
And, I researched through the jobs over here in Canada, and I found that there are too many jobs available for BI and data analyst during this pandemic situation too. So many companies are hiring over here for BI and data analyst. And what I really need is a like internship like this. I need to get into a company and I need to learn what they are doing before entering into a job over here. I think it's better for me to communicate with the employer that I know this, not like I learned this, I know this. I worked on this. I worked on Power BI and I worked on SQL Server.
Yes, and you know how to set up your data warehouses and all that kind of stuff. So that's exactly what will happen when you go over to step 2 into the internship with our partnering company, MVP Studio. So you'll be onboarded, and then you'll move up the levels, and you do advanced tasks, etc. And you'll move up. And that is what a potential employer wants to see is, what have you been doing? What do you actually know? Do you know how to work in a team? Agile? Do you know XYZ? So being able to have that local experience and putting that onto your CV, then that will put you in good form for positive outcome to get your foot in the door for an interview.
Yeah. Yes, and also the tips and the post from the Industry Connect, it really helped us. And I'm also getting some interview questions. What are the interview questions that employers will be asking us? Like in SQL, what's the difference between functions and procedures? So we learned procedures last week and functions last week. I really don't know about SQL Server, but I know everything now.
You're learning
what
exactly.
It is. Yes, actually, I thought that ERP system, it's a database, but now I realize ERP system is not database. It's different.
Wonderful. So you're always learning, and it sounds like you've got a real open mind, to a learner's mind, and that's what you need when you come into such into a program. You need to, and especially when you go into the internship, because there's always going to be things that you don't know. But if you've got a learner's mind, then you're going to be able to absorb and pick up quicker.
Yeah. And it's not just the live recordings. We need to research a lot, so that we'll be finding other stuffs too, rather than what we studied. So
Exactly. Well done, Subin. So I'm so happy for you that you're feeling confident, because like you said, you've come from a non-IT background and you've kind of like grabbed it with both hands and you're running with it. So good on you. Really, really proud of you doing this.
And I know some Power BI, but I don't know how to connect to a SQL Server.
Right.
Usually all the trainings online are, I learned Power BI before, joining Industry Connect, but all the trainings are like importing Excel sheets to the Power BI rather than connecting to SQL Server. So, now I know how to connect to SQL Server, through Power BI. So
wonderful.
I learned a lot in these 3 weeks.
Yes, and that you have learned a lot in 3 weeks, coming from knowing nothing.
Coming from knowing nothing. I personally, I'll say I really don't have any, idea about what is. I heard about SQL Server, but no idea about what SQL Server is. Now I know.
Now you know.
Yeah,
that's a tick. That's a big tick for you. Well, thanks so much, Subin. Would you like to say anything encouragement to anyone that's looking at maybe changing career, or that they're wanting to come into the IT sector from a different career, Have you got any encouragement or anything you'd like to say to them, because you're in the same boat, having jumped in with both feet?
I will say be optimistic. You will learn a lot, practice a lot. Listen to all the classes by Industry Connect, and also do lots of research. Then you will be able to achieve it.
Wonderful. Yeah. Awesome. Well, thanks so much, Subin, for sharing your journey so far over these last 3 weeks. We're going to catch up with you at the end of your 6 weeks to see how you're going, and then you're going to jump into your internship. So really looking forward to catching up to you in 3 weeks' time, Subin.
Okay, Carla. Thank you for this live interview.
Wonderful. Well, you have a wonderful evening, and we will touch base again soon, okay?
Okay, Carla. Have a great day then.
Okay, bye. Thanks, everyone, for watching.
Thank you.